And the stage is set for this last pool game between England and France. And Scotty Sattler having a look at these two teams as they're out there ready to rumble.
Yeah, really looking forward to Farges and also Albert, the 6 and 7 playing here this afternoon. But I think the real key is their number 13, Batiri, the Catalans Dragons, number 13, who defensively can really get in the face of this England side. Here tonight with the English side, well, I don't think we've seen the best from their number 7 yet, Gale, but James Graham, always looking forward to watching him play. Always love the way that he tries to battle his opposition front row.
What about you, Adrian Morley? What are you looking forward to in this one?
Yeah, I think I agree. Gale has not shown his best form so far this World Cup. He's been absolutely sensational in the English Super League. For England to progress, they really do need Luke Gale firing. I think Jermaine McGilvery's been England's best. Very, very tough, very, very hard to put down. We need his form to keep going.
Jermaine McGilvery was accused of biting Robbie Farah, but was let off through the week. So it will be France to kick off, England to get first use of the footy. The fullback Mark Corella will get us underway very shortly here in Perth. As the English team looks to secure its place in second spot. Phil Bentham in charge, the Englishman, for this game. He's got ref's cam too. Mark Corella sends the ball deep. England will get first use of the footy via James Graham. We know about his relentless attack. He hasn't missed a tackle yet in the World Cup.
Keep coming, Ben.
Hill, great defence by the French. They're ready for it, particularly Maria. Back inside the English 10.
Great start from the French. Great defence. They're struggling in the beginning forwards, although that was a better run.
Oh, he's fallen straight down. The French lock forward. Jason Batiri.
Tackle forward, McMeekin.
Went into it, may have copped a shoulder. Head on shoulder. Nothing wrong with what the English second rower did there, McMeekin. But Jason Batiri hit the deck very, very quickly indeed. Looking very glassy-eyed. So you'd think Batiri might be in for a stint with the head injury assessment. As Adrian Morley was saying, this opening set of 6 defensively for the French has been very, very good.
They're up for it, these French boys. They picked Benny Cook up there. 15 metres, they drove him back. So they're certainly fired up for it.
Well, that's McMeekin's first run in this World Cup. It's his first game, and what an entry.
Well, Batiri, as you see there, glassy-eyed, and he's off for an HIA. He's walking off okay. He needs to clear those cobwebs. Mikhail Arouche will come onto the field for France in jersey number 19. There he is. So 3 tackles left this first set of 6 for England. Deep in their own territory. That's O'Loughlin, the skipper. The kick from Gale.
Give 10.
Corella on the full.
Play on.
He uses Burgal.
First move.
79 minutes to go. I'll tell you, it was an encouraging opening 60 seconds for the French. Approaching halfway with Ben Garcia.
Well, many are going to ask where are the points going to come from France. And what they can do is, as I said earlier on, throw caution to the wind, kick early in the tackle counts to your corners and try and get the defence.
And not do that.
Not turn the ball over, but also just getting the ball and shifting it early in sets as well to the edges and just try and get some momentum.
There's McMeekin's second hit of the World Cup. He's into French territory by 7 metres.
Go!
Graham. Strong run there from Hill.
Move!
Gale. Widdop joining the line. Corella to beat. He'll go all the way. Gareth Widdop. 6 or 1 on his back. It doesn't matter. Gareth Widdop opens the scoring for England after only 2 minutes after the French mistake. And England draw first blood here in Perth.
Yeah, it wasn't a great start from the English. They got held on the line and forced back. But the mistake by the French allowed field position and just allowed the real fluent motion. And Gareth Widdop chiming into the line. Fantastic try.
First points for England. They lead France 4-0. So the English side, they make the most of that mistake coming out of their own territory. And Gareth Widdop, we've seen it from him all year. And in the red and the white too, for St George Illawarra predominantly, and now with England in the World Cup. And he sliced through to score. The fullback for France, Marc Corella, did not have much of an opportunity to stop in there.
There's a number 11 also, Ben Curry, that proved a really good line that he ran there. He proved a good fall for his halves, and that's what created the space, because he ran into that hole with really good purpose.
Gareth Widdop to convert his own try from just beyond the 20. Nice start with a boot, isn't it, from Gareth Widdop, and a nice start for England. 6 points to 0, they lead France.
Yeah, the one good change I think England have made has obviously been Brown to the 5'8" position. That was Brown that stood at the half there, and he challenged the line with great pace. I think Luke Gale has been rather poor the first 2 weeks. They've only scored 33 points, England, before today's game. And Gareth Widdop going the fullback. We know how much of a great running 5'8" he is. So for you, Adrian, I suppose this is probably the best 7, 6 and 1 combination I think England can come up with.
Yeah, possibly. We'll know after this game, but we've certainly started well.
Brett Camorley, Adrian Morley, Scott Sattler, I'm Andrew Moore. England out by 6 early on. There's Graham.
Go 1.
Probing on the fringes through Ben Curry.
It's interesting selection with Widdop at fullback. I don't know whether there's a method to the madness from Wayne Bennett about whether he's just getting Widdop to sit back there and be able to look at the game from another angle, just a lot more space. So when he does move him back into the halves, or if he moves him back in the halves, that he can look at the game from a completely different perspective.
Graham up to halfway. 2 tackles left here for England. There's O'Loughlin. Last tackle. Kick on the short side here from Kevin Brown. Oh, they let it bounce. Hit the referee. Picked over it once for twice. Phil Bentham, they were playing him like a pinball machine.
It's a scrum, lads.
What about his agility? He swiveled.
I affected the play.
No way!
I affected the play.
Try.
I affected the play.
8-point try.
Against me.
Against you. 8 points.
Sorry, boys.
That's one of the best comments of the entire World Cup. Once, twice,
The ball hit me.
leads to a scrum feed to England. James Graham, so that should be an 8-point try. Bang! Oh.
Is that a missed tackle on the referee? I love how James Graham now puts his hands behind his back when he addresses the referee.
Even when he's joking.
Heads in now. I know.
Phil Bentham, a dramatic impact early on. There's Brown. Widdop. Percival. Desperate defence from Adder. You can see the goal line there. McGilvery. Brown. Roby. Gale. Out, they'll score here. They do. Oh, was it dropped at the end there by the winger? Stephen Ratchford.
Time off. Tackle 1. We've got try. Check grounding, please.
Certain to store Stephen Ratchford.
Just want to look at the grounding here, please, Alex.
Does he ground it correctly?
Okay, has possession at this point. Okay, yeah. Any other angles on that, please, mate? Okay, we might just finish back on the front angle, please, mate. I'm going to get you to pause him as he comes to ground for me. Okay, pause it. There. Okay, he's maintained possession to the ground. Have a decision going to the board.
Well, it is a try to Stefan Ratchford. England leading France 10 points to 0. (10-0) to England. It nearly came free from the winger Ratchford, but he managed to hold on just enough to score.
This is too easy, wasn't it? Really. They'd be disappointed, the French coach, with how easy that try was scored.
Great opening set of 6 for France. England dominating after that first impressive set of 6. Stefan Ratchford gets the try. Gareth Widdop to try and convert right on the touchline. That's ominous. He's in great form with the boot, Gareth Widdop. And England get off to a wonderful start. 12 points in the opening 6.5 minutes to lead 12 points to 0.
Yeah, we just see the great width that the England side is playing in. They've come today, obviously, with some new halves and obviously willing the chance around. Scott Sattler, you mentioned about Gareth Widdop and the space or the vision of he's going to have when he goes back to the 5'8" role. I think the key to him playing fullback is what he can do defensively for England. And we know he plays in the halves in the NRL. We know he knows how to balance a football side, and the fullback does an extremely amount of talk and set the defensive line. I think that's pretty important for a Wayne Bennett coach side.
Yeah, he's getting good depth, isn't he, when he's playing that #1 role? But I suppose it's no coincidence that the centre for France on that side is Brendan Julien, normally in the back row, and they're really trying to put a lot of numbers around him, get him to chase defensively.
Well, they've got to aim up here in defence, France, or it could be a very long night for him. McGilvery comes back into the middle of the field. That's the English 30-metre line. Got good quick hands from Widdop. Away to Percival. He's got Ratchford with him. A good defence coming. John Bateman, the player tackle for England. Widdop. Graham. Brown. Oh, good quick hands. This time it's Percival. Links up with McGilvery. 10 metres to travel. Great tackle coming in from Farges, the French captain. Widdop. Away to Percival. Brown can't handle it. Graham! No one will stop him. He's over. James Graham pounds his way over the goal line to score England's third in 8 minutes.
Fantastic set from England there. They're looking very, very confident with the ball. The forwards are running hard and direct, which give the chance to play a bit of open rugby league. And what a fantastic 100-metre try.
Just really impressed with their ball movement, the confidence in their passing. It's early, it's crisp.
And it's England 16 leading France 0. So this is very dominant from England, isn't it? 9 minutes old this game, and they've scored a try in the 3rd, 6th and 9th. James Graham doesn't get too many of them. He'll be loving that, Adrian.
No, he doesn't get too many. It's great to see him, but you mentioned before, he plays with such passion, and it's great to see him get over for a well-deserved 4-pointer.
England racing away with this early on here. He's loving it, isn't he, James Graham? 16-0. We're not at the 10-minute mark. Gareth Widdop will be looking to put them out by 3 converted tries. And he does. 3 out of 3 for Gareth Widdop, and he scored a try. And it's England 18-0 over France when we've had only 9.5 minutes of play.
It was certainly time for England to make a statement. Obviously, their performances have been certainly very mixed and their attack has been questioned, but, you know, a massive start to the game. I think as a player, when you arrive to a venue and you see the venue look extremely fast, it's a day game. I think as a player, you have an air of excitement. It's not slippery, it's not wet weather. Let's play some attacking football.
That's really important also in this. I'm trying to be respectful here to the French, but it's a game where you can get your combinations amongst your halves and your hookers and your front rows, just your communication lines. Get those right before you get into the big games. And as Brett Kamali just said, they've come into this game with a great attitude to make a statement.
The centre they go through Lachlan.
Did you get to play any test matches with James Graham?
I did, yeah. He was just starting as I was finishing, so Yeah, he's been around for 10 years or so Jammer, and always wears his heart on his sleeve and always puts 100% in.
Well, they're looking dangerous again as Percival's caught on halfway. Hill. Up the middle for 10. It is the last out for England. Brown. Luke Gale. Looking to put pressure. Oh, good catch in the end by Elias Bergal. 6 metres out from the French goal line. With these opening exchanges being totally dominated by the English team here.
The English defence last week was very impressive without them scoring too many points. If you can maintain their impressive defence with scoring points, it's just another step to keep improving in this World Cup.
What about that stat? 89% of the ball for England. France looking for a settler here. Gee, that lost ball after 2 minutes has cost France dearly, hasn't it? Last tackle. That's Albert with the kick. Work to do for Widdop. Just down from his goal line. Looks a decent chase, doesn't it, from the French? Headed up there. And making the tackle was Herold. McGilvery. Straight through 1-2. Free. Over the 40. Pressure on the fullback, Caralla. Good job. Mark Caralla, great tackle. But he's 8 metres into French territory. Ratchford.
So beneficial when you haven't got those big wingers that come off the edges and make it easy for the forwards.
Down to the front row of Hill. Out the back, Gale to Brown. Chase for McGilvery. There's no one else at home. Backs him over the touchline. The French breathe a massive sigh of relief.
You can't ask a winger to do double efforts in 2 tackles. McGilvery had a great run up the middle, then, as we see here, straight through the middle of the defence, straight through the middle of the ruck also, which is concerning for the French coach. But then he got his way out to his right wing and was expected to try and retrieve this ball.
So the French team will have to regroup here with a scrum feed.
Okay, lads, let's get ready.
So good news for the French that Jason Batieri has passed his head injury assessment.
Out.
There's the centre, Adder, just outside his own 10. It's Pedezza at dummy half. There he is, Jason Batieri, looking a lot better facially, although he gets a bit of a forerun from one of his teammates. That's where he appreciates it. France in all sorts here, trying to get back in this game somehow.
It's a better one.
For Maria, the front rower. Largest the kick. Looking for a 40-20. Geez, lucky. There was just no break on that at all. So Widdop comes away with it for the English. Just outside his own 10 over.
Good chase from the French as well. That's a lot better set. That's what they need to do, French. They need to just complete a few sets, get a good kick, get a good chase, and that's the way to go.
Attack the right edge. Meakin. Made some damaging runs already, hasn't he? Brown. 10 short of halfway, Sean O'Loughlin. Roby, Graham. Flat pass to his front row mate Hill. Good offload back to Graham. He's over halfway. Good hit from his opposite number there coming through.
And that's why it's so important these games, where you get your front rowers communicating, getting their timing right, getting their 1-2 passes just around the ruck, getting those nice and sublime. And there's a perfect example there when they're going forward together in numbers. Doesn't matter what team you are, if you go forward in numbers and offer some options to the defence, it's always difficult.
Tell you what, Adrian Morley, it's a great kick in the end because it forces French to start another set of 6 really deep in their own territory.
It does. It was good pressure from the French. I think it was quite fortunate there, but they won't be complaining. That's a great place to turn the ball over, and now the French have got to come out against a very determined and ruthless English defence.
Well, look at those stats on the screen. And only 3 sets for the French. No wonder they've missed a lot of tackles. And the possession dominated by England. Short of their own 30-metre line, France. Heads up. Sends it left. Meakin with the defence. Hooker on hooker. Radio Bedebza.
Bedebza is cagey out of dummy half. He's offers options both sides, always looking at what his markers and the defenders just either side of the play the ball are doing.
So now an opportunity to France, very rare one so far in this game. The tap by Bastien Anna. 23 metres away. Garcia. There's Batiri back on the field. Ravi's there with a Lachlan. Perfect field position for the French, the tricolours. Oh dear. Lost ball. Gee, they get a penalty though from the ruck.
That's a good call there.
Put down by Marjolais on the field now for the French.
Played the advantage, the referee then.
So a second go for them. Marjolais.
First move.
8 metres away. Farges. Corella. Good hit over the top by Percival. Adder awaits. Farges. Batiri. Hill and Graham combined. You can see the English 10-metre line. He kicked early in the tackle count, didn't he? And it's retrieved by England just out for their own goal line.
They've been very, very good defending their own line this World Cup, England. It was good against Australia, even better against Lebanon, and it was great then against the Frenchies.
Lost ball here from James Graham, so all of a sudden, Scott, the French get a couple of penalties back-to-back. They get a drop ball and their third opportunity in the last couple of minutes.
Well, their main focus needs to be to change that possession percentage around and get some of that percentage back in their favour. We just saw the kick on the end of the set. It was relayed really early to the defence, easy to tie up. Now they've got to spend some time down here, try and get some repeat sets.
Farges in the run around. Becker went to Adder. He did well to hold on to that in heavy traffic. Marjolais. Good strength. See the post. Which way will Bedebza go? Albert. Corella. Gee, Curry won't let him go anywhere. Short side right. Lost by the front rower. Bousquet has actually started in the back row today. Big strapping forward. And that's a costly error for the French as England have this 3 converted try lead.
Tough defence from England. It held firm again. They had to defend 2 sets of 6 on the bounce there. But yeah, costly error. We said about the French getting back into this game. They need to complete the sets. They don't need errors like that.
The English defence has been pretty good, hasn't it, in the World Cup? They had maybe a 10-minute lapse against Australia in that opening game in Melbourne. And then for the most part against Lebanon in Sydney. They're showing their wares here under their first sustained pressure against the French.
The only thing they're probably guilty of in the first game, Adrian, was probably more their polish and attack, but it was fair that Wayne Bennett said very early on he didn't expect too much because they'd only just got the squad together.
So England motoring downfield now. It's their own 40-metre line. Solid up the centre. A lot of work, Percival. Here's Hill. Quick hands, Garner the winner. Then he links up with the other centre, Bateman. 27 metres out, last tackle for the English. It's with Luke Gale. McGilvery and Percival coming through. Good take in the end by Fouad Yaha, the winger for the French, just inside his 10-metre line.
Really crisp play from England again. They are looking really fluent. It's really positive.
Again, it was Ben Curry, the number 11 on the left-hand side, just creating a really good option for his halves and dragging the defence.
Now they're going to get out of their own territory consistently. There's Bousquet. 2 tackles left. They're only just outside their own 20, the French. Vargas. Last tackle, they'll need a big clearing kick. Vargas wants it.
Ball tech.
From inside the 40, but straight to Gareth Widdop. Hasn't seen too many problems switching back to his old position at fullback. Possession advantage again here for England, just 12 short of halfway. Rashford hammered. Just in French territory. "35 metres out. James Graham. Brown. Widdop. Good defence by Adder coming across. We're going to see another high ball here from the English. Brown. Gale. They run it. O'Loughlin. Back to Stefan Rex, fit for 6 more tackles for the English. Deemed to be played out by the French. John Bateman. There's pressure here on the French, isn't there? Navarrete with the tackle. Luke Gale. Kevin Brown. Gareth Widdop. Away to Mark Percival, and England will get their 4th. They spin it out to the right. And the English team continuing their early dominance. They lead now 22 points to 0.
I thought England made the wrong decision with the decision to try and run it on the last tackle, but they got a bit of lucky, a bit of fortune. Got 6 to go, and it just goes to show they are playing with confidence and very crisp hands. And look at this. This is great stuff.
A lot of bodies in motion, Andrew. That's what's so impressive about it.
England now out to a 22-0 lead over France. Face there of Gareth Widdop. And there's the try scorer, Mark Percival. I'll tell you what, he's been very heavily involved on that right side of the field for the Englishman. Running for about 50 metres. And Gareth Widdop, as always with England, very heavily involved in the setup of a try. The 4th of the night for the English. With still 17 minutes left to play in this first half, as England look like they're roaring into the quarterfinals.
There is Mark Percival, his first try for the night. When I talk about bodies in motion, you can tell that England are in a really good mood tonight, because when you are in a good mood, you've got a lot of energy. You do put yourself in a position to become an option for your halves, and that's what's happening tonight from the English side.
Widdop looking to continue his perfect record. Ooh, just a bit of hook there. No goal from Gareth Widdop. But it is England over the French, 22 points to 0.
And 2 things that Wayne Bennett spoke about before the game as his indicators was certainly yardage penalties and not conceding easy meters for the France to get out. And they've done that extremely well. And the second thing was completion rate. 85% completion rate there at the moment. So he's got his key indicators correct, which allows you to build pressure, build momentum, and come up with the class you've seen.
Another thing he spoke about also with Brett Kamali was mistake-free footy, which has been their Achilles heel, he believes. And we know that sides that Wayne Bennett coaches, it's all about attention to detail, play the basics, know your role. It's exactly the frame of mind that England are in for this game.
Completion rates has been good, but England's been totally dominant.
Oh, shot.
They need more of that, don't they, the French? It was Navarrete with Marjolais. Now Hill.
You get it on the ice.
Yeah. 20 for France is Nabil Dijallout. Good ball from O'Loughlin. Good run as well, wasn't it? From Burgess. Knock on from England. Oh, the French will breathe a sigh of relief there. As their winger hits the deck, Bergeal.
Just call it as a knock-on.
Just went a little astray there, Adrian Morley.
Yeah, that's the first time they've looked a little bit dicey. Still a great set. There was a great run from Tom Burgess there. He is a big handful, and he come on with his energy. But that's the first time they've not been as crisp and as fluent all night.
Well, that was an old-fashioned poke in the eye for poor old Bergal, and he got it from John Bateman, who instantly thought, oh, sorry, mate.
Just wait for him to head in.
Does the water help that? Here we go. Doink.
Okay. Cheers. All right, John. You've been inside, you?
Slowly back to position now, Bergal.
That's it. Move, Sean! Surrender! Stand! Hold!
Now the French. Navarrete off the bench, crosses halfway. Albert, Julien.
I like on a couple of occasions they have used the angles, France. It's quite basic play, but it goes against what your defence expects you to do. So you can usually get one-on-one with defenders. And on the few occasions they've used it, it's been successful.
Marjolais on the last. Lucas Albert with a kick. Widdop's got it covered. Yes, he had to dive for it in the end. It's a heavy hit over the top for his trouble, and a penalty to England, just inside their own 20. Just dive for it at the end there, Gareth Widdop. Wishka. It came from Ben Garcia.
Wait for the foot, lads. Go.
Ben Curry been heavily involved in anything on the left side of the field for England. Tom Burgess creeps into French territory. Now Walmsley. Strong run by Walmsley up over the 30.
He was absolutely outstanding last week against Lebanon, and today it looks like he wants a bit more involvement.
Brown across the 20 through Widdop. Percival. He's surrounded this time by Anna and Farges. But only 15 metres out. 2 tackles left for England. Brown takes them on himself. Stumbles into Corella. Last shot here for the English. Dear penalty on the last tackle goes against France.
Holding on. Walk away. Wait. No. Line.
Phil Bentham, the referee, made that pretty clear. 2 metres out, Walmsley. Roby. Lost the ball. Chasing it through was Burgess. And it is going to be a penalty to England. He played the advantage there, Phil Bentham. But in the end, the English get the penalty.
Close to the try line.
Yeah, they don't need this, the French. It's hard enough to defend one set, never mind 2 sets and 3 sets when you compound it.
Surrender!
Walmsley. Alex Walmsley. Continuing his strong form. Luke Gale. There it is to Bateman. Gets over to score. Another try for England. It will be their 5th. Phil Bentham says yes it is. And England continuing this early rout in the first half. 26 points they've scored in the opening 28.5 minutes.
Yeah, again, it's on this left side where they're putting options and taking runners through the line again. Again, it's their number 11 in Ben Curry that creates the opportunity, the overlap.
26-0 England over France. So the try scored by Bateman, and that's 5 tries now. 3rd, 6th, 9th, 23rd, 29th minutes. They're coming at great regularity, and as Adrian Morley pointed out, it's hard enough for the French with 1 set of 6 on their line, let alone 2 or 3, and England sent it to the left and had little trouble converting it into points. John Bateman, his first of try, the 5th of the day. And here's Gareth Widdop again from wideout. A rare miss. 26-0 in favour of England over France.
Yeah, Scott Sattler, we've heard you mention before about the back rowers and the courageous lines they're running. Well, I think the two halves, Gale and Brown, I've been intrigued at how Gale has played, and I don't think he's challenged the defensive line too much. But today, I think both halves are going at the defensive line at a lot of pace, which makes the defensive line make those tough decisions, and having those strong back rowers, it's great to run off you.
I've been really impressed with Alex Walmsley's involvement. He was absolutely fantastic last week, coming off the bench against Lebanon, and I think that might be his Wayne Bennett's masterstroke, using him as you know, as a wrecking ball. He's an absolutely huge human being, and he puts himself about.
He seems to have a lot of speed for a big man. He's got that awkward running style. He leans forward. It's hard to get a hit zone on him.
He's been absolutely outstanding for St Helens all year. In fact, the last few years. It's great that he's got international honours now, and he's certainly stepped up to the level.
This time it's the winger with a hit up from the kick-off. McGilvery.
He's like a forward anyway, McGilvery. He's been running like a forward all World Cup, and today he's been doing the same thing, and here's another one.
Tom Bird is up to his own 30. Good offload from Roby.
They were great scenes, weren't they, when big Tom Burgess ran away for that try last week, and his brother Sam and George in the crowd. It was fantastic to see.
Up to halfway, there is Taylor on the field. McMeekin, 8 metres in French territory, last tackle. Brown it is. Pressure on Kerala. Good take. Clean up immediately by Mark Percival. Good run, Yaha.
Been good completion rates from both the sides, hasn't it? But it's about the amount of possession that England have had. That's impressive. They've had 16 out of 19 sets overall. The English side, I think that's something that's really going to impress Wayne Bennett at half-time.
Good hands there by Bear, and got past Walmsley. Just short of halfway. Last tackle, France. Vargas. Eyes with it, McGilvray. Oh, he's blundered. He's blundered there. All the raps coming Jermaine McGilvry's way. He looked poised, feet poised, but the ball came in and out, giving France an opportunity 13 metres out from the goal line.
I think that's the first mistake he's made all World Cup. I mentioned before, I think he has been England's best player, but he wasn't the best player just there.
It's been an awful feeling, especially when you're such an elite player.
You're so alone. Everyone looking at you. Just looking at him there, when he was going to catch the ball, he had his hands down around his waist. So as soon as the ball went past his eye level, he had no control from underneath his eyes to where his arms were.
Heads in, Theo. Out.
Scrum fed there by Garcia. Julien. The 17 for England is George Williams. Nadarets. The goal line is so close, and there's a penalty as well with the extra shove.
Wait, lads.
These are the sort of tests the English defence would like to continually thwart.
Surrender.
Dejelout.
Stand.
Walmsley off him eventually. Garcia. Farges. Adder. Defence is firm from Roby.
Move. Get square. Wait. Go.
Materi now. Maria.
Move, Scott.
Great chance for France.
Goal 3.
Show and go. Try. Ben Garcia through the huge dummy, and he's over for France. Their first of the night, and it's taken 33.5 minutes. Great work by the dummy half.
That'll do their confidence the world of good. Are they going to go on in the game? Probably not, but to go into half-time, having get a score, it'll give them confidence that they can score against the English. the English will be very disappointed. Their goal line defence has been very well organised, but it wasn't so good then.
England 26, France 4. So Garcia, who started the game in the back row for France, moves into dummy half while John Budebza gets a breather, and he's over to score. It's a huge dummy, and as Adrian Morley says, that will have to do the world of good for a French team. His completions have been fine, but they've been constantly thwarted by the English defence.
Benjamin Garcia, first try for the French, an easy kick here by the number 7, Albert.
They get to within 20. England 26, leading France 6 here in Perth.
Yeah, it's pretty much a game played between the ears, I suppose, as rugby league, and this will give the French team an enormous amount of confidence. Yes, it's the first time they've got down on the England's try line, and yes, it's certainly the first try they come up with. So, as you said, Adrian, I don't know if they're going to win the game, but at least it gives them a spite now to think, yeah, let's play some footy, let's believe in our systems, and let's just keep backing ourselves.
And you know what it was? It was something different. He could have just passed it off to the player taking the hit up, which would have been expected and easy for the defence, but they played against the grain, did something different, come up with a result.
Got through some contact there to Maria.
Big side, aren't they, England? Big mobile forward pack.
Yeah, the wingers just found that out with Wormsley climbing off him. Throwing the footy around the French. Still inside their 30 though. Great run by Navarrete. Getting a roll on. Garcia. It's a big run, 40 metres out. Last tackle now for the French. And it's with Farges. Witt up under it. Takes that one superbly. And a good chase by the French side as well.
That was the French best set of the game. Apart from scoring the try, that was fantastic. You could visibly see the confidence rising in the French. To march in and down 60 metres was fantastic.
And they get that confidence too, Adrian and Andrew, by spreading that ball early, getting it to an edge, getting some momentum, and spreading the defence.
Bateman gets a push there from Lucas Albert. Play on. Scott Taylor, good run over halfway. Brown. Percival. Good tackle by Adam. Last tackle, England.
Taylor's offside.
Brown with a kick. The chaser is Williams. The catch, Corella. He did well, the French fullback. I know they're down by 20, but just the last 7 or 8 minutes they've started to play with some fluency.
It's amazing what a try can do for you. It doesn't matter how basic the try is. Just leading into half-time, only just over 3 minutes till half-time. It does amazing things for you as you lead into the break.
It's the French 30-metre line. Yaha doesn't mind a tough challenge. Farges. Oh, big hit by Percival and Brown. Does well to get to his feet. Dajalut. Albert the kick. Looks a good one. It is late in the half.
Actually, their kicking game, French, it's been quite efficient, hasn't it? They found the ground on a number of occasions, and they just haven't been kicks where they've found the fullback Gareth Widdop on every occasion. As we see the replay here from Percival, just comes in off his centre position, out of the blind spot.
Dajalut got hammered.
The man to my right here, he used to do that a bit, but he used to use his hip as well, Adrian Morley. He'd stick his hip.
His eyes just started spinning a little bit.
Keep the hard work on.
Beautiful
Keep it up.
sunset here in Perth.
No, you're right. Heads in.
Spectacular sight.
Out.
Inside 2 minutes left in the half as McGilvery got through the first.
Richard Villasanti still having nightmares about the 2002 Grand Final.
was in the National Rugby League 15 years ago, if you can believe it, Adrian.
Can't believe that. I feel old.
Quick hands. Defence from Albert. 5 short of halfway, England. Been heavily involved out left, Ben Curry. As edge players have become so important in the game, haven't they? Both left and right, doesn't matter. That's the halfway line for Brown.
Good defence.
George Williams bounces away from it, though. Just good tackle, the skipper. Last tackle for England. Brown with it. Flying through is Widdop. Yaha! Good chase, Widdop and Roby. Just outside from the French 10. They'll be hoping it's the last set of 6.5. Last 10 minutes or so, recovering well after a horrific start.
Yeah, the last 10 minutes, they've not it all their own way, England, although that's great defence. They looked extremely dominant. You know, was thinking, what do the French need to do to get back into this game? That was the answer. Get on the scoreboard and look a different side. The last 5 to 7 minutes, they've been real great, the French.
Now Bear takes the line on. Beats one. And offload. The kick from Vargas from outside the 40 gives England one play. Do they try the Hail Mary or not? McGilvery. Anna. Good tackle in the end from the try scorer Ben Curry, which brings us to half-time here at Perth Rectangular Stadium. 5 tries in the opening half hour for England. France hit back with a late one themselves, but it's England going to the break in the box seat, leading the French by 26 points to 6. They scored 5 tries in that first half, the English team. And they came in a spate, didn't they? 3 in the opening 9 minutes for England. Then they scored again midway through the half before that man Garcia managed to score a try for France. With some good players all around the paddock for the English side. So dominant for much of that first half. The fullback for Gareth Widdop's having a mighty night. He's down with Brett Kamali.
Well, Gareth, the scoreboard isn't pleasing for England. What are you most pleased with?
Yeah, we certainly got off to a good start. This is what we spoke about. Make sure we're starting well, completing high. And probably the last 5 or 10 minutes there, give a few penalties away. If we can fix that up and do the same again in the second half, and come on with a good win.
I think the coach will be happy with some indicators, great completion rate and a discipline.
Yeah, that's it. These big games are all about, completion and good discipline. That's what we spoke about. We've done it for 40 minutes now. We've got to do it for the next 40.
Good luck the second half.
Cheers, mate.
Also joined by Benjamin Garcia. Well, Benjamin, you've got the late try, and obviously that would give you confidence.
Yeah, I hope so. They play too much quick play the ball. Our defense is not really good, and they got too much try at the moment. We need to come back in the second half more tough and more physical.
Good luck the second half. Don't run out of puff.
Yeah, thank you.
Good job, Brett Kamali down there with Gareth Widdop and Ben Garcia as England go into half-time, leading France 26 points to 6.
Goal 2. Goal 2. Straight off field, 1. Go, hand straight off field, 1. Time off, go. Still fine. Go. Still fine.
English team first out for the second half here at Perth Rectangular Stadium as they look to solidify second spot in Pool A of the 2017 Rugby League World Cup. That man's been a dominant figure in the first half. Gareth Widdop switching from the half to fullback tonight. And here come the French team, heartened at least by their performance in the last 10 minutes of the first half. But they face a massive task, 26-6 they trail. And history is against them as well. The last time France won a World Cup game when trailing at half-time was in 1968. And it was against Great Britain. They trailed 2-0, they won 7-2. This time, they've got to overcome a 20-point deficit as the French will get first use of the football for this second half. Scott Sadler, Adrian Morley, Brett Kamali, I'm Andrew Moore, ready for Gareth Widdop to get us back underway for the second 40 minutes. France will need to score early and often if they're to fight their way back in the game. There's Bateri. Well, let's go second half. France to get first use of the footy. The catch from Burgess. And the defence is swarming, led by Alex Walmsley. That's their own goal line for the French. Try scorer tries to get out of danger, Ben Curry. I should say Ben Garcia. Ben Curry's been dynamic, the second rower for England. There he is, the number 11. Lost ball. It's plagued them. It's Julian Bousquet who puts it down. And that's a costly error, Adrian Morley, to start the second half. England will have a scrum inside at the French 20.
Very costly. It come at the great pressure England shown in defence. They come out the second half firing, led by Alex Walmsley. He come out the line a couple of times last week, and that first hit from kick-off there was sensational.
Line defence, really get there, France.
Ratchford fed that scrum. Williams with the pass to Brown. Quick hands, Widdop to McGilvray. There's the first try of the second half after only, 70 seconds. The error from Bousquet is punished by England, and Jermaine McGilvray over to score. England now leading by 24 points.
Well, the best part of this is the passes out in front. They loaded up the right-hand side with every play. Even this left winger came out here as an option. And then it was just basically catch and pass by Gareth Widdop. He stood back, took the pressure off him, delivered a fine pass to the try scorer.
With a kick to come for the celebrating English, they lead France 30 points to 6. Well, it was just so easy for England, wasn't it? The loose ball from Bousquet, and then almost immediately, Adrian, they pounced to the right. Yeah,
it was a real kick to the stomach for the French. They wanted to start this second half as they finished the first half, but it was England who had the ascension. They had great line speed, great defence, and real crisp hands, which they've shown in the first half. I think they've started the second half as they did the first.
Great start for the English. Jermaine McGilvray has now scored a try in each game of the 2017 World Cup. He opened the scoring in the World Cup with that early try against Australia in Melbourne. And now Gareth Widdop right on the touchline. He's had some tough kicks, hasn't he? Nailed it. His fourth goal of the night. What a start to the second half. England over France, 32 points to 6. Brett Kamali on the touchline.
Yeah, and Wayne Bennett will be extremely pleased with the way they've started the second half, because that was the challenge he gave to his side. He said, really happy first 40 minutes, but the challenge for us is to play for a full 80 minutes with that clinical attitude. They're just giving some players some game time tonight. That was the message. No one's injured on the bench, so no concerns there for England. And for France, they said Jason Bateri going off extremely early certainly unsettled them, because he's the linchpin to the side. Tactics got thrown out, so they tried to get back to what worked against Australia, and they thought the last 5 to 10 minutes they found their groove again.
That was class, wasn't it, from Widdop? We spoke earlier on about him playing in the #1 jersey. It gives him an opportunity just to take a couple of steps backward, give himself some space, make the right decisions, and he's made every decision the right one tonight.
Is that Alex Walmsley again? Man mountain.
three great runs from the big English forwards. That's their strength. It was great last week, and here we go again. Very, very hard to stop these boys.
Yeah, right up the middle. That's Taylor into French territory. Wormsley the offload to Burgess. The French deal with it though. 34 out for the goal line last tackle. Williams the pass. Work to do Ratchford. Nowhere to go but down. Change over. The French hold on there. So they look dangerous there. It just came a little unstuck on the last tackle for England. Gale faced some big challenges in the first half. Batiri the offload to Farges. Corella. Tackled by Brown. 12 short of halfway, France.
Surrender! Stand!
Batiri takes them on up the centre. Into English territory, but it is late in the tackle count. Albert. Julien. Garcia away to Farges. Very good defence from England. That time it was McMeekin. Last tackle. Albert with a kick. Widdop on his 10. Takes it nicely, and England back with the footy, leading by 26.
He just does everything beautifully, doesn't he, Gareth Widdop? All the time in the world. Then he didn't panic. He didn't take his eyes off the ball, which is so important as a fullback. But his ability to also take possession of the ball and transition straight into attack and look for an option on the outside. He's a pretty special player.
Percival. So, Adrian, what do you want to see from England over this last half hour or so?
Well, I think Wayne Bennett would have been very happy at half-time. I think it was important England did rack up a few points this game. They did that to a degree in the first half, but they do need to kick on now. They need to score a similar amount of points this half. They've started the first half great. They've got on the scoreboard, but they do need to run in a few more points now. But the way they're going, they're playing with confidence. I can see them doing that. I really can.
George Williams with the work there and the kick. Corrales there for France. Widdop leads the chase.
I think if they went in with the same attitude, England, the way that they've played tonight, with the early shifts, with high percentage passes, early passes, and get to the edges, and with a lot of those bodies in motion, with the same attitude they come with tonight, I think they challenge the New Zealands, Australias, and your Tongas.
Am I allowed to already look forward to their clash against PNG next week against those hard bodies and those players who just throw themselves out at a million miles an hour? Albert. Good footwork. Lucas Albert. Farges trying to go with him. Widdop the try save. Last tackle, 12 metres out. Over the head of Farges. The last tackle. Change over. I'm not sure he knew Julien Bouger. And it's going to be a change over to England on their own 10-metre line.
On you, Kev.
A rare mistake then from the English defence. It's been solid all game. There was a mistake for the try in the first half, and I think that's the only time I can remember that the French breaking the English line. But again, they scrambled well, the English, and now they've got the ball back and they're coming out their own half.
Move!
McGilvery up to his own 30.
Hold here, France!
Well, Julien Bousquet not having the best night with his hands. Wormsley
I
with
can't believe how big this guy is.
It's a giant.
Brown. Good up to halfway.
Oh.
Good quick hands away, Percival. McGilvery cuts in field. Hard to stop. Players backing up with Brown. Ball goes forward. And France somehow survived that attacking raid from England. They look sharp as they work to the right. But it all comes astray, and there's a fair bit of blood coming from the snout right there.
again, it was the injection of Gareth Widdop. Just when he looked like he had to juggle the ball, he was able to transfer it onto the outside. And just earlier on, we see that incisive run from McGillivray. I'm trying to think who he reminds me of, what sort of winger in years gone by. He reminds me a lot of Wendell Saylor. Same sort of height, same sort of build. And when he gets into the break here, his footwork as well, when he gets away from defenders. Wendell was so good at it when he got into open space of positioning his support play.
Was that McMeekin who ended up getting the ball in the nose, and that seems to be what brought about the blood? He's all right. Down to Brett Kamali.
Yeah, just jumping on the back of what Adrian just said about England's defence, how Lucas Halbert was able to throw the dummy and go through middle. They have only conceded 5 tries in this series so far, but I think their biggest areas of fault are the fact that they do slide quite a lot. So the sides that have scored tries were Australia, where Billy Slater threw the dummy and scored. We saw Albert throw the dummy and go through. We've seen Garcia throw the dummy and go through. So I think they're vulnerable to sliding past the football a little bit. So whoever plays them next week, keep an eye on that.
The wide blind side left. Tom Burgess, imposing figure himself. Farges. A little chip and chase. Not all that good from Albert. Read beautifully by the English defence. And now they'll launch another attacking raid with the benefit of a penalty conceded there by Ben Julien in the headgear. And Widdop will find touch inside French territory. Great kick. Great opportunity here for England.
Well, they want to eat their wheat bix this week if they're playing the PNG Commonwealth. Because they're going to be in for a pretty physical battle. They love the confrontation, the PNG Commonwealth.
George Williams, who's been busy since coming on. Julien had him covered there. Good defence that time on Walmsley. Roby. Desperate defence from France. Just outside the 20-metre line. Williams. The chase was strong coming from Curry, but the kick a little too deep, and that presents a 7-tackle set for France via the 20-metre dropout taken by Mark Corella. Herald has just come back on the field, caught on his own 30 for France. Drop ball again, this time coming from Nabil Djalout, and that's a costly one potentially for the French.
Now, Adrian, you look at the number 9s for England, and there's a fair bit of depth in there. You've got Roby, who's been with St Helens, and you've got Josh Hodgson as well, who's been so good in the NRL for the last few years now. The depth in that, so important, that position out of dummy half, isn't it?
Oh, it certainly is. You know, in the current game, a lot of teams play with 2 hookers. Josh Hudson's getting a rest today, but with them 2, you know, they've been really dynamic all year. James Roby's been quiet this game. I think, you know, in the last couple of games, when he's come off the bench, he's been great. We've seen him do a run in the last set for England, but he's been, for his high standards, he's not been as imposing as he normally is.
Corella just getting some treatment, but all appears okay. Brown the offload to Widdop. To McGillivray. Release! 25 metres out, England. Brown, Walmsley. They've worked out they have to get up on him very quickly, and that was effective enough. That's the French 20-metre line. Out the back it goes to Williams. 18 metres out, England. 6 tries on the night so far. Roby takes off. Avery Molly said he'd been quiet, and he nearly gets there for a try. Just short of the line. Desperate French defence. French didn't fall for that one. Last tackle, England. Roby, Brown, McGilvery chasing, kick too deep. Cleaned up there by Fouad Yaha. And another 20-metre tap for the French.
The two last kicks from England have been poor. They've had a great kicking game all night, but the two last kicks have just resulted in giving the French seven tackle play the balls, which they don't want to be doing.
A little bit disappointed in Sam Burgess not getting involved in the wave then.
He was big on it in Sydney, wasn't he? Garcia, 8 short of halfway. And now it's Herald. Another lost ball by France. Viva la lost ball.
And the most frustrating part about it is they're just basic juvenile errors. It's not when any players are under any pressure whatsoever.
Approaching halfway, England. Scott Taylor into French territory. Roby. Dummy to Worms. He found Brown instead. Bodies in motion. Away it goes to Williams. Cleaned up by McGilvery on the angle. He stopped him 9 metres out. Good defence at her. Brown. Roby. Widdop. Good hit on him by Albert. Forced the error. And dived on now by Dejalut. And France come away with it again inside their 20-metre line. They look so good going to the right again, but once again, the French have either thwarted them or the English are thwarting themselves.
It's important to hold the ball now, the French. The last two sets they've had 2 errors. They need to get to the end of the set, get to the kick to try and get themselves back in this game.
Batiri. Busquet on halfway for France. Albert the kick. Ratchford lets it go. Dead. 20-metre tap for England.
That's a shame because, again, the French kicking game pretty proficient, found open space.
We've got a player offside.
So Ratchford there just told to go back. Wait for all the French players to go back with the referee. And there's Alex Walmsley.
The big man again. It's a tough man to stop.
So you presented Ada in the jerseys to England, didn't you, before this Test match?
I did. It was last night. I had the honour of going down. What they do, they get ex-players to go down and present their game jerseys. And so I was with the boys last night and had a good hour with them. And they're in great spirits. They're having a great World Cup. Really enjoying being in Australia. And I think the building week on week, and as I say, that the confidence is high.
Did you have to look up at Wolseley to give him his?
I did actually. Yeah, he's. I'm a tall man, but there's a photo on social media of me giving his jersey. He looks about 6 inches.
Forward pass to Albert. No, they're letting it go. No, it's finally pulled up. As Lucas Albert was sprinting outfield, he still doesn't know. He'll get up and celebrate. So will his teammates. 2 of them don't know that the whistle went 60 metres downfield from Phil Bentham, the referee.
Time off.
The long walk back. Julien forward.
Nothing wrong with it.
It's only 2 feet.
Let it go.
First one went back. It went back and then it's a forward pass and a pick. Every ball goes forward.
It looks pretty clear. It looks pretty clear.
Sam Burgess, Brett Kamali, will he be back for England next week in the quarterfinals?
Yes, he will. I spoke to him before the game and he assured me that it was relatively close to playing today, but obviously they play next Sunday, the 4th quarter-final game next weekend. So look for Sam Burgess to be back on the park for England.
Well, it's huge for England. It also means competition for spots in the quarterfinals and beyond, as we see Glenn Hill and also James Graham are both back out there now for England, and that's going to be very interesting to see the front row rotation next week.
Yeah, it's important for England for the big man Sam to be back, but as you say, this competition now everyone in the squad's had a run out, and the boys who've got run today have certainly put themselves in the frame, so it'll be interesting to see what team Wayne goes with next week, but you'd have to say Sam would be straight in there if he's fit.
Walmsley wants to be in the mix. He's near the French 30-metre line.
He's done himself no harm, McMeekin, on his first game.
No, he's run very strong, and he's been great this year for Castleford. Big, strong thing, and he takes some stopping.
Ratchford stopped there by Julien inside the French 20. Luke Gale's back out there for England as well. It's Hill straight through one, then lost the ball. They've all got the dropsies out there. So we approach 3/4 of the way through the game. England certainly well and truly on top. They've got this in a very strong position, 32 points to 6, but the drop balls seem to be rather contagious at the moment.
Yeah, something Wayne spoke about before the game, to control the ball and cut out the errors. First half they were very, very good. Second half they started good, but the errors just started creeping in now, so we won't be pleased, but they've got 20 minutes now to fix that up.
Get in there, Gareth. Out.
A positive about that, but with Hill, the number 8, he took the hit up, but it was a nice little shuffle with his late little shuffle with his feet that got him on the outside of the defender and allowed him to at least try and use James Graham as a support player.
There's Walmsley again. He did it last week. He flew out the line and smacked a couple of the Lebanese boys. He just tried it then, just mistimed it slightly, but if he does catch you, you'll certainly know about it.
Now a drop ball from France as the French team hand the ball back to England. Bateri, look at him, Alex Walmsley. An indication as he towers over Graham and Hill, and he's best off the bench tonight.
It's a good-looking ear, isn't it?
That's beyond cauliflower. That's some other vegetable. England all stacked to the left. Hill, 20 metres out. Walmsley. 10 metres out. Gale. Brown. Oh, another drop ball, this time from the second row, Mike McMeekin. And the drop-a-thon unfortunately continues here at Perth Rectangular Stadium. We've only seen the one try in the second half, and that came after, what, 70 seconds. And Scott Sattler, at that point, there was no indication that for the next 20 minutes or so, there'd be no one on the scoreboard.
Yeah, the way they started, we thought it might have been a bit of a cricket score, but just what happened there, the ball player didn't really engage the line at all. Took a couple of steps and threw his runner straight into the defensive line. Didn't commit any defenders. Either give it early or take the line on its speed.
England will be looking for a strong finish, as Adrian has said. The English team hasn't scored a try in the final 20 minutes of their 2 games thus far, and we're entering that stage right now.
2, move, hold.
A little more comfortable though when you already have 6 tries under your belt. With the skipper back on now for England, as Alex Walmsley does take a well-deserved break. The offload there from Busquet. Dejalut. That's his own 40-metre line. Albert. Farges. Good ball from the fullback. Carella links up with Yaha. McGilchrist's got him though on halfway. Last tackle France. Theo Farges, the skipper. Oh, it gets past Winner. Recovered by France. It was touched. It is 6 more. Opportunity here for French. Farges. Widdop got him. Bull and all. Julien. Cut down. This is a good tackle from Ratchford. Through the hands of Albert. Not back. Farges. Busquet. English defence holding firm thus far. 10 metres out. He's already scored one. He tries for a second one there, Ben Garcia. Last shot for the French. Farges. Ineffective stab kick. And England come away with it through Mark Percival.
I'll tell you what impressed me then about the English defence, which many at home may not have been able to see, but as soon as they were given the restart and the tackle count, the French, the English defence, they didn't all deviate towards the play the ball, which can happen when a break is made. They all just moved back into their positions, their defensive positions, and transitioned really well.
Great offload there from McGilvray. It was fantastic defence from the French, but just the offload at the last minute allows England to get on the front foot now.
And Widdop looks for ground. Just saw an image there just in the right of screen as McGilvray was down. 10 short of halfway. The French is just limping there, as we can see McGilvray. Dejeloute.
Move, George.
Taken by Graham short of halfway. Defence from England holding firm. 9 metres in English territory. Quick hands from our bell to Farges. Another knock on by France. Down she goes, and Graham sweeps around to pick it up for England, just short of halfway.
I think England would be looking just to hold on to this ball now. I think the last 3 times they've had possession, they've lost the ball. Doesn't matter if you don't score, just hold the ball, get to the kick.
McLaughlin gains plenty of ground up the middle. Now there's Luke Gale. The run comes from Curry. And you can see the French 20-metre line. It's 26-6 at half-time. Graham. Quick hands, Brown. McMeekin, McGilvray. He's over in the corner. He scored another one. Jermaine McGilvray scores for England. But Phil Bentham wants confirmation.
We've got try. Check touch and grounding.
VRF director. Just looking for touchline and grounding here, please, mate. Something to head on. Get you to go frame by frame here for me, please, mate. So Jermaine McGilvray has the ball. He's got the aqua boots on. Maintains possession. Still up at that point. Okay, appears down there. Is there any other angle on that, please, mate? Is there a backpack or something there to see whether his arm goes into touch? Okay, nice and slow here, mate. We're going to go frame by frame. Frame by frame, so his arm is still in at that point. Ball's on the defender's arm. Attacker's still in. Okay, the ball's on the ground, and the arm never came in contact with that line. Can we go back to the front on angle? Just want to make sure he maintains possession all the way through here. So we cleared the touching goal. At this point, he still has possession. Insufficient to say he's lost it yet. Nice and slow here, please, mate. Nice and slow. So he has it in the right arm. Onto the defender at this point. Okay, we lose the bottom of the ball there. Okay, I can't see enough on that angle to overturn it. Can we go back to the front on angle, please? Keep this moving forward for me. We're going to need to go back to the front on angle here, please, mate. Okay, based on the angles available, we know that the ball comes in contact with the ground prior to Jermaine McGilvray going touching goal, and is insufficient to determine that he's lost possession of the ball. Have a decision going to the board.
It is a try, and England out by 30, 36-6 over France. He's had a game, Jermaine McGilvray, hasn't he? That's his second try. He's run for about 190 metres, and he's been dangerous every time he's had the footy.
Yes, I think the last 15 minutes from England have been very scrappy, and it's important that they got a, they nailed another try. Now they've got a bit of momentum now, they'll be looking to score a few tries, but Jermaine has had a fantastic game. In attack and defence, he's been great.
2 tries on the night for Jermaine McGilvery, and now it's Gareth Widdop from the eastern touchline. Across the face this time, no goal. He's 4 out of 7, Gareth Widdop, but it's England leading 36 points to 6.
Yes, and McGilvery will get a little rest here. He'll miss the last 15 minutes of the game, but that was a better set from England. So there's a couple of styles of football you can play, and they're a big pack of forwards. So if you do 2 or 3 or 4 hit-ups to the middle of the field, you drag the defensive line in, which allows you to score in the corner. The other way to do it is, as what Scott Sattler said earlier in the game, you can go long pass, and open up the defensive line. And the idea is that you do run through them when you get big spaces.
Tell you what, he did well, McGilvery, because he was down injured only a few minutes before and scoring that try, and there was a lot of physicality involved in getting that over the line.
Yeah, we spoke about Jermaine before the game as being one of England's better players. If he's got any form of injury, whether it be just a minor knock, it's important to get him off, get him fixed up for next week, because he's going to be essential in England's run to this World Cup.
Adrian, would you take James Graham off?
Yeah, I would. I mean, if you look at Jammer, if England have their best 17 out, he'd certainly be in that 17. He does do an incredible amount of work against any opposition, so I'd give him a rest, because you know there's bigger fish to fry, there's more important knockout stages to come, so I'd give Jammer a well-earned rest.
Corella for the French. 14 minutes to go. Yaha. France will be desperate to stop this scoreboard from ticking over much further. Just another drop ball, this time from Ben Garcia. So in this second half, they just cannot hold the football and complete their sets, the French team. So England are handed another shot here right on halfway.
Well, at half-time, we heard Brett Kamali interviewing Garcia, the try scorer, and he was finding it difficult to get his breath back, and such was the intensity that the questions they were being asked physically in that first half. So you can just imagine at 13 minutes out from full time how exhausted they would be. As you look at the completion rates there, it's
starting to look ugly, aren't they?
Well, England, I don't think Wayne Bennett would be happy with that. 28 from 38.
And by far and away the majority of the ball, England.
Hold, go!
Riding like he's on a ride there, the French player coming through, Rarouche. Inside the 20-metre line. Lachlan to Brown. McMeekin, I should say, only 7 metres out. They work it left down to Graham. Gale. Bateman beat the first, links up with Ratchford. Good defence coming there from Dejalut. Last tackle, England. Push and shove in the play the ball. Bateman. Dejalut, he picks the ball up and advances the pill by about 10 metres. Good scramble there by the French under a fair bit of pressure. And they get a penalty to boot inside the 10 against England.
James Graham was lining up.
Chris. Gail's gone early. You're a little early as well. There's 2 of you. Just wait.
He'll cop the ball in the head.
Well, the penalty was given, but as I was saying, James Graham was trying to fly out of the blind side.
Yeah, penalty up here for offside.
Just jumped the gun a little bit early. That's another reason you'd possibly take James Graham off now, to give him a rest physically, but so just so we don't get involved in the confrontation as well.
So can France complete a set and put some pressure on England's defence? There he is, James Graham. Scored a try in the opening 10 minutes to Graham. Julian in the headgear. Marjolais. Farges. 32 metres out. Albert. Not a great pass by Kerala. Good hands though from Miguel. And he loses 10 metres in the defence. Desjoulet. Inside the English 30, last tackle for the French. Debza to Albert. Nice take, 10 metres out. Good work by Mark Percival. And England will start again 10 metres out from their own line. As we're about to head into the last 10 minutes of the pool stage of the World Cup.
You can get in. You see an overlap here created by O'Loughlin. The pass goes to the ground, but Big Burgess out on the left wing. You can be guilty when you are ahead by the number that England are, that you do start to relax just emotionally and psychologically. You start thinking about next week. You start thinking about, I don't want to get injured and miss that game. And when you do that and relax, you get yourself into trouble.
You've seen James Graham in the corner. He's done what you and Adrian Morley suggested and come off for a breather in this last 10 minutes. Good run. Kerala over the 40. Winner does it again. Great tackle. Debza. Jarring hit there from Meakin into English half. Farges. Navarrete. Inside the English 40. Farges. Albert. Julien. Tackle comes, as you see, the English 20-metre line. Farges. Widdop's there. Good position. Safe as a bank. And he's rounded up by Ben Garcia.
Great positioning from Gareth Widdop, but I thought that was the French's best set of the second half. You know, they're trying to finish this game with a bang, with a bit of spirit. Bought that man again. Gareth Widdop cleans up.
Burgess. Repeating as Brett Kamali's told us, Sam Burgess will be back for the quarter-final next week against Papua New Guinea. A huge result for the English team.
Just that physicality as well he brings to your side, and then they need to be physical next week against the Papua New Guinea, the Kumals.
I think that will be great preparation for England if they are going to progress against past the Kumals. You know, having that really big physical confrontation. You know, we'll see him in great stead for the week after.
Yeah, good point.
Great depth on the kick there. Kerella's done his job, the French fullback.
Hey, Adrian, I'll ask you about Gareth Widdop. Now, we've seen him forge a great career at number 6. He's won a premiership in the halves with the Melbourne Storm. But what position is he? Is he a fullback or is he a 5'8"?
Well, before he was 5'8", he was an outstanding fullback as well, wasn't he? So, you know, they're not mutually exclusive. You can play both, and if he's on fire at fullback, you know, if you know Wayne sees fit to put him there next week, I've got no problems with that. But I think we'd have to ask Gareth what his favourite position is and what he prefers playing. But at the moment, I'd say more fullback.
If Adrian Morley's the coach, where does he play?
Next week he'll play fullback for me.
Yep.
So I reckon Widdop would answer 6.
Right.
I think that's where his favourite is these days. But, geez, he's naturally fitted back there so well. Another drop ball from France. Look at frustration. There's Gareth Widdop. He's so dominant today, not only in attack, setting things up, but cleaning up too at the back. To be honest, if England keep winning, I think it's the oldest cliche in the book, Adrian. He'll play wherever you want. He's enjoying it. A few French players doing some late stretches.
Got a ball, Lucas, no. Oh,
Here's Ratchford. He scored the second try for England tonight.
It can give you a better understanding, as I mentioned early on, about Widdop playing at fullback and whether there's a method to the madness from Wayne Bennett. But it can give you a greater appreciation about depth and how much depth you do have to give yourself, even if you are playing in the jersey number 6.
So England just outside the 20-metre line. Burgess. That's Tom. Lost ball again. Solid contact on Burgess, and down she went. So France come up with it again on their own 20.
Yeah, another drop ball from England. They have been scrappy this second half. First half, very, very good. Second half, not so much.
Do the French have a late flourish in them? Marjolais, Julien. Curry over the top. Farges. Good angle run from Garcia.
He's had some good involvements, hasn't he, Garcia? He's used his footwork on a couple of occasions when the halves have brought him under.
Farges hoping for a 40-20, but it was a great retrieve by Percival.
I think if you look at the scoreline now, from what it was at 20 minutes into the game, the French will be pleased with how they've stopped England racking up a mountain of points. And, you know, they want to finish this game with a bit of pride. They've had a really disappointing World Cup. And, yeah, I think that they'll be pleased with the effort they've put in. Now they've got a chance with yet another England error.
Yeah, that would be the one thing that's upsetting the coach. Been over 20 errors in the game all up, and now the French will get this scrum feed.
Only 2 tries in the second half.
And remember, the first came after, what, 70 seconds?
Let's go, England.
So, a comfortable win on the scoreboard.
Okay, John.
But the French get the opportunity here.
Out.
Albert.
Oh. Big hit on him.
Move, Luke!
Dejalut. Julien. No way through that Burgess-Hill combination.
Hold, lads, hold.
We're inside the last 4 minutes in Perth. Albert, Farges, Corolla. Chopped down on the 20.
Hold, boys. Push him out.
Good run. Garcia again. Barouche.
Move, James! Go for good reaction.
Farges. Delayed pass. Busquets. 5 metres out. Last tackle here for the French side. Albert. Oh, what a takeover by Ratchford. So that will be, what's he ruling here? A goal line dropout now for England. Ratchford got his hand to the air and belted it over the touchline.
Well, it's a safe play, isn't it? They don't need to risk anything, England, and have some faith in their defence. As Adrian Morley said early on, it's not important to score tries at the moment. It's about to get you the right processes, your defensive capabilities in place. Now they get another opportunity.
Just controlled aggression for 2 minutes, all right.
England will be desperate to hold on here. Just concede the 1 try on the night.
I'll tell you someone I have been really impressed with is the number 1, Corella, who we know that scored a 100-metre try against the Kangaroos last week. He's shown really good speed on a couple of occasions when he's injected himself.
Farges. Albert. Julien. Can he link up with Albert? Yes. Widdop saved the day again. Bedenta. Half his body, if not more, into the goal area, and it will be back to the 10-metre line for play the ball.
Widdop saved the day there, but his positional play after the first tackle was great as well, and again he saved another try. He's made that number 1 fullback as if he's played there for the last 7 years, never mind 7 years ago.
France continuing to launch this late attack. Sloppy play the ball, and he's lost it. Oh dear, he's had a rough night, Julien Busquets, and down she goes again.
It's probably one area I think Wayne Bennett may look at defensively, and it's on their left edge, which is their halfback Gale. On a couple of occasions, the French have taken runners to the line and they found that they can get their numbers, just get their head through the line, just around Gale, getting him to make some decisions defensively.
So probably the last set of 6 of the night in the hands of the English. Referee Bentham letting this
Heads in.
go
Okay,
for a while.
Mark. Cheers. Wait. Ouch. Okay. Release!
Some late desperation here from the French defensively. Tom Burgess. Hill. Gale. With him. Cover comes. .30 seconds to go. Dejalut over the top. Gale. Brown. Good hands out the back from O'Loughlin, but it's spilled. And the French come up with it far. It's a chip and chase. Saving the day was Kevin Brown. That'll be all she wrote here at Perth Rectangular Stadium. Siren sounds. James Graham, no smile there, but he'll be content not only with the win, but the fact he managed to try. Handshakes all round. Young McMeekin was very good as well. And England has qualified second in its group through to the quarterfinals against PNG, beating France 36 points to 6. Bit of a mixture from England, wasn't it? They were so dominant in that first half hour, Adrian Morley, and then things slowed down a little for them on the scoreboard with the lack of ball control.
Yeah, they did. I think Wayne will be very happy with that first half. Second half, not so much. They were very scrappy, but they've not nailed 80 minutes all tournament yet. They'll be pleased with the combination.